Trump is visiting Scotland right now, and the people of Scotland have made it known you are not welcome here. You knew it wasn't going to go well for Trump when one of the nation's newspapers referred to him as a convicted felon visiting. Protesters lined the streets outside of the U.S. consulate to make sure that he felt unwelcome. But then again, he wasn't spending time at the U.S. consulate, he was spending time at one of his 2 golf courses he owns in the country. Trump reportedly spent the day playing 18 holes with golf in between. It's estimated to cost U.S. taxpayers $10 million. During Trump's first term, he golfed a total of 293 days, costing the United States taxpayers $151.5 million. 6 months into his current presidency, and he's already cost taxpayers $52 million. One protester shared they were out there because Trump is the worst thing to happen to the world and United States in decades. Another person shared that while the United States might accept him, the rest of the world does not have to. And all protesters agreed that he's not welcome in Scotland, and they wanted to make sure that he felt it.
Many people here today, thank you. Thank you so much for turning out. Thank you for being here to express your disgust that we are once again supposedly welcoming a fascist to our soils. We are here to stand in solidarity not only against Trump, but against everything he and his politics stand for. We are here to stand against his obliteration of human rights, of the rights of LGBTQIA plus people, of the rights of people on Medicaid, of the rights of people in Palestine. We say that Trump is not welcome here.
I'm afraid I have some really disappointing news to share, because not long before this rally started, the Scottish Government, the First Minister, made an announcement to the press. The announcement was that he is giving £180,000 of our money, of the Scottish public's money, to Donald Trump. 180 grand to Trump to host a golf tournament here in Scotland. Shame on our government. The Scottish Government has bended the knee and kissed the ring. This is a protection racket. Donald Trump is a crook in charge of a criminal empire. He has come to Scotland and shaken down our government. It's like giving the school bully your lunch money. They will just keep coming back for more. And John Swinney needs to think this weekend. What are the history books going to write about this chapter for Scotland? What are our history books going to write? Is he comfortable that they will include grinning photos of him arm in arm with Donald Trump, the world's most infamous sexual abuser of women? I stand there in the Scottish Parliament at the bottom of this hill, where every year every party comes together and says we stand against violence against women and girls. And yet so many of our politicians are now bending the knee to the most infamous abuser of women on this planet. Shame on them. And it's not just that John Swinney will be photographed beside the world's most infamous sexual abuser. He will be standing arm in arm, photographed with a man responsible for genocide, a man responsible for the greatest crime of this age.
Let's be real. Trumpism didn't die when he left office. It spread across Europe, Brazil, even within African democracies. The glorification of the strongman leader, the rise in anti-immigrant hate, the attack on LGBTQ plus rights, this is a pattern and is not new. This stance isn't just about disliking one man. It's about resisting a rising tide of right-wing populism, racism, and climate denial that Trump symbolizes. When people in Scotland say he's not welcome, they are drawing a line in the sand for decency, for democracy, and for human rights.
Being here because I don't believe that he should be welcomed into the UK at all, and I hope to be there in London when he's there as well. You know, all of the stuff we've been seeing about against immigration and the ICE raids, targets on women, help, you know, hence the Handmaid's Tale. I don't believe he should be welcomed to Scotland and meet the leader, then meet Starmer. So I think that also needs to be protested as well. And I know he won't be here, but I hope he sees it on the news.
Very important to have your voice heard and to protest against someone who is destroying not only his own country but also the rest of the world.
Came by bus. I travelled an hour from a town about 12 miles from here, and I decided to come here today because I feel it's really important. I feel that our politicians need to be listening to the public. I feel a lot of the people here today are representing the feelings of the majority of people in Scotland. But it's totally unsuitable that a convicted felon is on a state visit to Scotland.
It's really important that I come and protest Trump being here because I don't believe that he should be welcomed into the UK at all.
Sound the alarm. Trump just came to Scotland to open his own golf course. And guess who's footing the bill? You. This 5-day working trip is costing U.S. taxpayers an estimated $10 million. Air Force One, Secret Service, motorcades, the whole circus, while he uses the presidency to promote his resorts. And let's not forget about Scotland. They're bracing for major protests and a security bill that could rival the 14 million pounds they paid the last time he visited. That money doesn't just cover protests, it's for a 5,000 plus police force, road closures, aerial surveillance, barricades, riot units, K-9 teams, and emergency response crews. And in transport, disruptions, tourism slowdowns, and even 180,000 pounds of public funds being funneled into a Trump-hosted golf tournament. Taxpayers are picking up a very ugly tab. The White House is calling this trade talks with the UK's new leadership, but let's be honest. This is a self-serving golf publicity tour wrapped in a presidential badge. Bottom line, public funds shouldn't bankroll Trump's private golf empire, whether it's coming from the US or Scotland. I'll be breaking this story down even more on my Substack and Patreon. Both links are in the bio.
More important things than worrying about him and what he's going to do here.
Why doesn't he just stay there and leave us all alone?
Fucking the kill less.
And it's causing a hell of a carry on for people who stay in the area.
I think it's a disgrace. They're shutting this village down so he can go and play a game of golf.
It's his golf course, he's got to be able to visit it, but it is a bit of a... it seems to be an open overkill.
Donald Trump took off for Scotland on Friday, where he was supposed to be going over there, allegedly, to engage in some trade talks, try to work out some deals before that August 1st deadline hits in just a few days. But what he was really doing was spending $10 million of U.S. tax dollars to go open up a new 18-hole golf course named after his mommy. That's why he went there. That was the first thing he did on Saturday after he arrived on Friday evening. He goes to the new golf course, they do the ribbon cutting, and then he teed off at 10 a.m. to play on his brand new golf course named after his mommy, and again at a cost to U.S. taxpayers of $10 million. He also, traveled to both of the golf courses that he has in Scotland while he was supposed to be working on these trade deals, getting things done to avoid some tariffs, but it was really just a $10 million golf excursion. But luckily, the good people of the country of Scotland wanted nothing to do with this man and didn't want them in his country at all. Because from the moment Donald Trump, his plane touched down in Scotland, he was greeted with hundreds of protesters. Everywhere he went, he was greeted by hundreds of protesters. And, even funnier, the group called Everyone Hates Elon put a placard at Trump International Golf Links in Aberdeenshire. They put a little placard under the sign outside that said, "Twinned with Epstein Island." So thank you very much to Everyone Hates Elon. I love the group, by the way. I love the name. That's wonderful. Thank you for doing that. That was hilarious. And then, of course, statements from other protesters. One of them said, "Tyranny and authoritarianism just isn't welcome in our country." They also called him a derogatory term for a rude man, but I don't know what it is because this article from the Daily Beast bleeped it out, and I'm not familiar with whatever derogatory term this is that starts with a P and ends with a K. I don't imagine it's punk, but I don't know what that is. But another one said this: "I hate Donald Trump. Get him out. Why is he coming? Why are we allowing him? I heard he's got a chronic illness, and I hope it takes him out soon, please." That was a quote, by the way, from a protester. That was not coming from me. That is just what one of the protesters said. I love the first sentence. I hate Donald Trump. Like, that's the way to start. Way to go. Then the crowd erupted in chants of, quote, "Donald, Donald, hear us shout. All of Scotland wants you out." Oh, that's got to hurt his ego, right? By the way, because of all of these protesters.
You don't have to be in Scotland holding a megaphone to resist Trumpism. You can challenge it in your community. You can organize. You can support local mutual aid group. Educate, donate, protect, vote, boycott, build. Thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my videos. See you guys in my next video.